Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Max Crosby able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go play action. Bridgewater. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have the Broncos 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. Bridgewater to Fant. 1st down, Broncos.
1st down, Denver.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now Gordon on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Bridgewater. This is the tight end fan. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Drake. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights.
results in a 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. Oh, he's got some breathing room as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant from 17 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Raiders 0. Brandon McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
Carlson on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So kind of a tough break there. No real hook or slice to that one, but he's denied by the upright.
And he basically hits it just straight as an arrow. But yeah, since he's on the hash mark to begin with, straight as an arrow isn't good enough.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller. And that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Carr now on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
93. 49, guys. Express. Let him know. Let him know. 49 for Mike. 49 for Mike.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Being chased out left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
98 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
2nd and 6.
Gordon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Denver.
This is Gordon. And some room to maneuver. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. Known more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
Out of bounds down at the 7-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Play fake. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. A first down and more for Jacobs. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running it with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 30 on second down. Carr got a man. It's Darren Waller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. And that is where Darren Waller really excels. He led all NFL tight ends in yards after the catch in 2020. Another nice effort here.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far. Up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space to maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And a Broncos first down.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Bridgewater.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Bridgewater to throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. The stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now Bridgewater. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Here's 2nd and 10. Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Carr. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
They find some open field here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play.
Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
52's the mic right over there, right? 52's the mic. Here we go.
To throw, Bridgewater. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Pick it up.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Teddy going to get this out to Sutton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second and 5. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They go play action. Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fan. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd and 2. Now Bridgewater. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Bridgewater finding Judy there for the Bronco 1st.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. We're scoreless after 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. A quick throw by Bridgewater. That's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 6-yard line.
Now to throw. And that'll be checked down to Drake. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Carr. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. The Deontay Spencer deep for the Broncos. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Returning it, here's Spencer. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Bridgewater now from the 50. Incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Gordon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Bridgewater on 1st down. This is the tight end fan. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, a 15-yard touchdown run, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, check like 33. Check like 33. Delta. Here we go. Here we go. Mike, check 33. 33. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Big hold of the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Mike, check.
Bridgewater. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
To the air again with Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Carr going to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Carr.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself,
and down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Max Crosby.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. He's got his tight end Fant. Pushing his way through. There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And some space here. Touchdown, Raiders. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Quentin Jefferson coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 17. They go play action. Bridgewater. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
But no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play fake. Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Let's go, boys.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Carr now on 1st down. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
second down. Jacobs once more.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. On first down, Jacobs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The handoff, this is Jacobs. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Stephen Weatherly drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Throwing his car. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
I told you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores... So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Throwing, Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And some room to run now. 20.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So this one, a victory for the Raiders.